We have had our 4th different lead change here at Dover International Speedway. Jimmie Johnson, the reigning and 3-time champion, has now gone by the 2 car. We'll show you how it happened. Traffic was involved in a little bit.
Kurt Busch go down into turn 3, and he'd been moving up. He thought Bobby Labonte was going to give him the outside, and Bobby actually slid right up in front. Jimmie Johnson took advantage of that.
'18 and 24 battling. Kyle Busch able to take a position. You heard Jeff Gordon talking about he was sideways and the car not handling well, and obviously he's gotten a little bit better. If something's happened, he's able to go back by the 18.
Yeah, a lot of times you start out and the car's not to your liking, really loose, and I think this racetrack is probably tightening up. And if he had a car that was loose, it probably is still turning as these other guys are sliding the front end some now. And that's working okay for Jeff at this point in time.
Let's take you up to speed, starting with Jeff Gordon, the 24 car. Dave.
And the man who earlier described his car as running on ice described it this way most recently.
Our biggest problem is the entry. It just has no security at all. I'm turning right every time I go in the corner. Sample, we're going to get that track right down one more round the next stop.
Security at a track this tall is a big deal, and Jeff Gordon wants to get that next time he comes down pit road. Shannon?
And Kyle Busch on his last pit stop, he made an air pressure adjustment in the front. He's lacking overall grip. He wants to make an air pressure adjustment in all 4 tires. And Coach Gibbs just entered the pit box. He just made his way back from Joey Logano. He's got a lot on his plate, but right now focus on the 18, Dave.
Jamie, Greg Biffle has lost 6 positions since the restart. His car is very loose at the start. It gets a little bit tight off the corner near the end here. That's why Biffle is going backwards. Jamie?
And Jamie McMurray having a great run today. He qualified 25th. He's been running here solidly in the top 10. They actually didn't make any adjustments early on, but right now he's reporting that his tires feel like they just have too much air in them. Right behind him, Ryan Newman. He's had a solid run as well, but he just got extremely loose when his sun came out consistently. Last pit stop, they made an air pressure adjustment, wedge, track bar, everything to tighten him up, and it wasn't enough, guys.
So lots of concerns out there, guys. Loose race cars, sideways race cars. And a moment ago, the 77 car on pit road for an unscheduled stop, Sam Hornish. And now the 26 car, McMurray, coming down pit road.
Yeah, I hope he wasn't speeding coming in there, because he really had the front tires locked up trying to get slowed down.
He was running in the 9th position. They're going to put 4 tires on his Ford.
This comes just a little bit early in this cycle of a green flag run. So he makes kind of a real quick move to the pits. So here he has to lock it up to keep from speeding. NASCAR said he was good.
It is hard because at this pit road speed line limit is right there when you come off of turn 4 at 170 miles an hour, and you got to get down to 35 miles an hour. So McMurray was not speeding. He gets the tire change and will get back on the racetrack. Sam Hornish also in just a moment ago for 4 tires on the 77 car. Jimmie Johnson is our leader. Kurt Busch, Juan Pablo Montoya, Mark Martin, and Casey Kane, the top 5. You're watching ESPN on ABC.
ESPN on ABC.
Back at Dover, Jimmie Johnson is our leader, and there is the 18 car on pit road. Damage on the right side. They certainly have had some tire issues.
And we see a lot of issues. People trying to get on pit road. Jeff Burton just missed pit road trying to get in. Caution is out.
There is fluid on the racetrack, we're being told, bringing out caution for the 4th time today. You see Kyle Busch coming down. Show you what happened to the 18 car just a moment ago. We've seen a number of guys come on and off pit road. The 88's been in, the 12. Now watch the 18 car, middle of the corner.
Yeah, you can tell he loses the right front tire there. Thought he had an issue there because he was running slower on 3 or 4 tenths of a second. And we saw a little bit of smoke where the splitter was bottoming out, like he might have been losing some air in that right front. And finally let go there.
Inside.
He was fortunate that was at the slowest part of the racetrack, right in the center of the corner where your car slowed down and did the least amount of damage for him.
mentioned the 31 car missed pit road. He will get the free pass and get a lap back. The 00 also missed pit road a moment ago. David Rudeman. There is Jeff Burton, the winner here in this race 3 years ago. He'll be able to get a lap back and get back on the lead lap, which will put us now 20 cars on the lead lap. Just in front of him, Jimmy Johnson, our leader.
Yeah, it's a bad break for Junior. He had made a green flag pit stop, and he's showing a couple laps down now.
Yeah, Jamie McMurray, as we showed you, had been on pit road. He's 2 laps behind now. He'll probably stay out and get a wave around and get back to 1 lap down, but just unfortunate for those guys.
David Stremme had also come in just before the caution came out. Now he's being shown 3 laps down in that 12 car in 32nd position. Here come the leaders down at 35 miles an hour. Lap 164. Vince.
The 9 car of Casey Kane, he says it's hitting in the left front. They're going to put a packer in there to give him a little bit more stability. Otherwise, the car is pretty good. Casey Kane had been moving to the front. Jamie.
Mark Martin said he starts loose, then it neutralizes, then it gets tight, so they're going to take a half round of the wedge out that they put in on the last stop at 4 tires. Shannon?
Kurt Busch says that number 2 car is very good. They're just going to make a slight air pressure adjustment to try to keep up with the track. 4 tires for the 2 car. Dave.
Jimmy Johnson was loose in at the beginning of the run, tied off at the end of the run. That'll be a track bar adjustment for him. He'll get 4 fresh tires as well. Slight air pressure adjustment at the same time for Jimmy Johnson. Let's see if they can win the race off the pit road. It's going to be tight. Who is it, Doc?
Looks like the 2 car beat him off, guys. Will be Kurt Busch. He will gain the spot. Jimmy Johnson losing it. Jeff Gordon up 1, Martin back. And Kenseth up a spot, putting himself in the top 10. So both the 48 car and the 5 car both saying they're loose early and tight late. There's how close it was with Kurt Busch, the Dodge, beating the Chevy of Jimmy Johnson off. Under caution for the 4th time a day here at Dover. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing here at Dover International Speedway, presented by Burger King, and it's race number 2 of the chase for the Sprint Cup. Let's review some of the pit stops. There's the 2 car that gained a position on pit road a moment ago.
See, they come in here for this 4-tire pit stop, and the right front tire changer has just a little trouble getting his gun back up, and you can see it cost him just a little bit of time. Amazing to me that he gained a spot on pit road, but so we see the next pit stop here for Jimmy Johnson. You see right there, he just had a little trouble getting that gun up. And then Jimmy Johnson's pit stop. Yeah, it's pretty clean, really.
Yeah, off just a little bit. Looks like the rear guy was a little bit off right there. And then as he comes around to the left side, looks like he's going to be off just a little bit more. You'll see this front guy stand up a little bit right here.
Oh, boys, decent one, but just slow it down, be smooth. You guys are faster than everybody by a long shot. Nice and smooth.
The driver counseling the crew members about just being smooth and taking it easy and using the talents you've got. Restart. Kurt Busch, the leader. Jimmy Johnson second. Jeff Gordon is there. So is Juan Pablo Montoya. Mark Martin at the top of your screen. Casey Kane side by side as Kurt Busch now pulled by a couple of car lengths on Johnson.
Here comes Ryan Newman to the high side of Mark Martin.
Man, got a big run through the middle of the corner. Going to try to get the 9 car here.
Now, after that pit stop a moment ago, down in the 48 bunch there, Chad Canals went down to counsel the tire changer. What's he saying to him, Andy?
I just tell him just to, slow down, to go fast. We don't really need to do anything trick. We have a fast pit crew, and really didn't make a big mistake. It just lost a few tenths of a second, really.
Yeah, we're kind of splitting hairs there and making to see that there was a problem because they were still pretty fast.
You can see the comparison of the 2 pit stops, the 2 pit crews. Right there, the right side, you can see where Kurt Busch lost a little bit of time. Jacks were identical, and then you can see on the left side where Kurt Busch made up a ton of time. Dave?
And guys, Chad was working with the newest member of the crew. His name is Rich Macco, and he came to this crew just a few races ago when they lost their rear tire changer, Jeremy West, to an injury. So still working on getting him up to speed with this crew. He's done well the past 2 weeks. Chad told me that, but he definitely wants to make sure that he knows how Chad operates and what he expects out of him, but also how to encourage him after a situation like that.